Okay, this is a little bit of a update to the Historical Society lab, which is the Columbia and Susquehanna Model Railroad Club at the Columbia Historic Preservation Society. Back here I started to do some cardboard mock-ups of the track plan coming around the end of the layout down here. And I did put in some wood and cork. The cardboard you see here is like for mountains. I'll probably use pine bark or such for the mountains in this area. As a matter of fact, over here I started to put in a waterfall kind of thing in the back. So we'll have water coming down through here, and eventually it'll come down under this bridge here and go down even lower yet. These are some of the pine bark pieces that I hot glued in place a while, and I started to also add some up at the top. You see two plaster castings. I also added some cardboard, or it's not cardboard, it's like a brown paper like you get on a shopping bag. And I started to shape some hills here over cardboard strips, and that's generally how I do some of the mountains and such. I also have I use that pink, like the pink styrofoam stuff, which, you know, you see a lot of this stuff. They use it for insulating houses and all. I cut in pieces and shape some of that stuff too. And down here, of course, is where the upper line would go through across that bridge there. That'll be like a stone bridge eventually. Right now it's just a mock-up. And then down here is where a steel trestle bridge will go in. And there, if you can see, that is about what it's going to look like, because the scenery is going to come down below the bridge. It'll have some hills, maybe a road, maybe I'd like to do a water mill too, you know, along the creek. As for track, back here in the back is where the main lines are coming up from behind the mountains, okay, after they make their loop around. And up here I'd like to congratulate the guys here, Brian and Chris. They completed this entire eastbound yard. Okay, all the track is in for the eastbound yard. Goes down to the end. The westbound yard, there's still a few tracks to do, and they'll come down and connect to the tracks coming out there near where that water bottle is or whatever, okay? So that'll be the westbound yard. That's going to be a lot longer yard than the eastbound yard. So once that's done, John has been putting in ties under the tracks, under the rails. And of course then this will go up around the corner. Then we have to start wiring all this stuff, and that means putting bus wire and such underneath. So there's a lot more to the project to go, but then eventually it'll go across the table and then connect to the main lines that are already up here going up through the city area.